The first step is to select the couch. From the toolbar, select the Object Selection tool, and with the background layer active, click and drag a rectangle that covers the couch. Photoshop will then use machine learning technology to select the couch. If you inadvertently select an area that you did not intend to select, then you can subtract from the selection by going into the options bar and making sure that Object Subtract is enabled, and hold Alt on Windows, Option on the Mac, and click and drag over the blanket to deselect. You don't have to be precise, you can fine-tune the mask later. Then you can create a group and click on the layer mask icon to create a layer mask based on the selection. The reason that we're applying the mask to the group is so that one mask can control multiple adjustment layers. If you need to edit the mask, you will only have to do it once. Next, create a solid color fill layer and click on the yellow circle to apply that yellow color. And press OK. Currently, the solid fill layer is applying all three components of the yellow color to the couch: the hue, saturation, and brightness, which is why it looks completely flat. To keep the hue and saturation of the yellow, but use the brightness of the couch to bring back the detail, you can use a blending mode. In the blending mode dropdown, you'll notice the 4 blending modes below this line. These blending modes control one or more of the color components: hue, saturation, color, and luminosity. To match the hue and saturation, you can use the color blending mode, which combines both. Next, we can adjust the brightness, and for that, you can create a levels adjustment layer. Drag the color fill layer above the levels adjustment layer. Then select the levels adjustment, and from the properties panel, use the highlight slider to brighten the couch. You can then use the midpoint slider to increase contrast. If you made a strong highlight on the cushions, you can drag the white point slider to the left to reduce it. This makes the brightest point on the couch a light gray and not white. At this point, you can fine-tune the mask if necessary. And as simple as that, we've applied the yellow to the couch. If you're wondering why we didn't use a hue and saturation adjustment layer for this, then let me show you why. I'll disable the couch group, and I'll hold Control on Windows, Command on the Mac, and click on the layer mask thumbnail to load the couch as a selection. With the group selected, I'm going to create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. I'll adjust the hue to get the yellow. Then I'll increase the saturation. And this is where the problem arises. If I adjust the lightness slider to get a brighter yellow, I'll wash out the shadows of the couch, making it look very flat. Even if I click on the colorize checkbox and apply the proper hue and saturation adjustments, you will still end up with the same problem when you adjust the lightness. By splitting the components into 2 layers, you have complete control over the color and brightness, and you don't lose the shadows on the couch. You can control them independently. Now that you know how to match colors in Photoshop, go ahead and try this color matching technique on your photos.